Hello. In the previous class, we already obtained the corresponding mathematical equation for incident electric field as well as the incident magnetic field, reflected electric field as well as the reflected magnetic field. So today we have to bring the corresponding equation for the total electric field that is given by sum of incident electric field plus reflected electric field. Okay. So now substitute the corresponding terms in the given equation, in this equation. Therefore, the total electric field equal to, so we have EI value is EI into cos theta I into AX cap minus sin theta I into AZ cap into e to the power of minus j beta 1 into x sin theta I plus z cos theta I. Similarly, its reflected electric field is, that is ER into cos theta R into AX cap plus sin theta R into AZ cap into e to the power of minus j beta 1 into x sin theta R minus z cos theta R. Okay. So now after substituting all these terms, now we have to simplify this entire equation. Okay. We need to simplify this entire equation in order to bring the total electric field. Okay. So, and at the same time, you must remember, you have to apply the sum of the important values, that is called theta I equal to theta R. So this theta I equal to theta R is called the Snell's law, which tells that the angle of incidence is also equal to the angle of reflection. And at the same time, you must apply the reflection coefficient formula, which is given by the ratio of reflected electric field to the incident electric field, which is given by eta 2 minus eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus eta 1. Okay. Since we are dealing with the conducting medium, so this conducting medium, so eta 2 indicates the intrinsic impedance of the medium 2. Since medium 2 is the conducting medium, so eta 2 is said to be 0. That means for the conducting medium, its intrinsic impedance is assumed to be 0. Okay. So if you are substituting the value of eta 2 equal to 0, then ER by EI equal to 0 minus eta 1 by 0 plus eta 1. So this produces a minus 1 value. Okay. So in this case, ER by EI equal to minus 1. This gives the reflected electric field equal to minus times that of the incident electric field. Okay. So now we have to substitute the formula of the Snell's law, and at the same time we have to substitute the relation obtained from the reflection coefficient formula. Okay, you have to substitute these terms in the equation, in the above equation. Okay, then what happens is that the total electric field equal to EI into cos theta I into AX cap minus sin theta I into AZ cap into e to the power of minus j beta 1 into x sin theta I plus z cos theta I. Since ER is nothing but minus EI, so minus EI into cos theta I, since theta R is nothing but theta I, cos theta I into AX cap plus sin theta I into AZ cap into e to the power of minus j beta 1 into x sin theta I minus z cos theta I. Okay. So in this entire equation, you have to simplify this entire equation. That means representing this into separate. Okay. So the total electric field equal to, this value becomes EI into cos theta I into AX cap minus sin theta I into AZ cap into, so this can be resolved into two parts, that is minus j beta 1x sin theta I into e power of minus j beta 1z cos theta I, right? Minus EI into cos theta I into AX cap plus sin theta I into AZ cap. So this can be written as e to the power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into e to the power of j beta 1z cos theta I. Okay. So if you are looking this entire equation, the terms e power of minus j beta 1x as well as e power of minus j beta 1x and EI as well as this EI all are similar. So you have to take them out of this entire equation, thereby assuming this beta 1z into cos theta equal to p, because even if you are taking all of these terms, all of these similar terms common out of this entire equation, but the length of this equation is out of this space paper. So in order to reduce this situation, I am assuming beta 1z equal to cos theta I. Okay. So let us take ei is common, ei into e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I is taken as common. Okay. So the equation becomes cos theta I into ax cap minus sin theta I into az cap into remaining equation e power of minus j beta 1z cos theta I minus this remaining equation becomes cos theta I into ax cap plus sin theta I into az cap into e to the power of j beta 1z cos theta I. Okay. So in the next step, let us assume beta 1z into cos theta I equal to p. Let beta 1z cos theta I equal to p. Okay. Please, and after assuming assumption e1 equal to ei into e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into why I am going to assuming this beta 1z into cos theta I equal to p is in order to reduce the complexity of the simplification. Okay, if you are simplifying as it is, then it requires large computation. So in order to reduce such complexity, I am just assuming this as the p. Okay, so here this value becomes cos theta I into ax cap minus sin theta I into az cap into e to the power of minus jp. Okay, since beta 1z into cos theta is assumed to be p, similarly minus cos theta I into ax cap plus sin theta I into az cap into this is assumed to be jp. Right, now as per the Euler's representation, e power of minus I theta equal to cos theta I minus j sin theta. Now substitute here. Okay, that is the total electric field equal to ei into e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into cos theta I into ax cap minus sin theta I into az cap into this value can be taken as cos p minus j sin p. Similarly, this equation can be cos theta I into ax cap plus sin theta I into az cap into this is cos p plus j sin p. Okay, now you have to simplify this. So e1 equal to ei into e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into, okay, please have your concentration on this, cos theta I into cos p into ax cap minus sin theta I into cos p into az cap, right, minus j sin p into cos theta I into ax cap plus this term is j into sin theta I sin p into az cap. Since there is no space here, this entire multiplication I am writing down this above equation. Okay, so here the remaining function becomes minus cos theta I into cos p into ax cap, right, and minus j sin p cos theta I into ax cap minus sin theta I into cos p into az cap, finally minus j into sin p sin theta I into az cap. Okay, so this is all about the entire simplification. So if you are observing this entire equation, let us observe some of the terms gets cancelled off. What are those terms? So you have the ax terms is there, cos theta I as well as, so you see here it is ax term and it is ax term, cos theta I, cos theta I, cos p, cos p. So here these two terms gets cancelled off. And similarly, observe the j sin theta p terms, whether they are cancelled off or not. Okay, so here sin theta I into cos p into az cap. So this is minus sin theta into cos p minus sin theta into cos p into az. So here there is two terms. So these two terms are said to be equal. And at the same time minus j sin p into cos theta I into, since it is ax, it is az, but it does not matter. So here this is ax again. Minus j sin p cos theta I into ax gives similar terms, so there will be, okay. And at the same time j sin theta I sin p j sin theta I az. So here these two terms gets cancelled off, okay. So now what happens is that the total electric field equal to ei into e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into, what happens is that since you have similar terms, so this becomes minus 2 sin theta I cos p into az cap. And similarly you have the similar terms minus 2j into sin p into cos theta I into ax cap, okay. That's it. And the remaining all expressions becomes cancelled off. Since here you have to take the minus common, so the total electric field E1 equal to minus 2 ei into, okay, e to the power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into, what is the remaining expression? Sin theta I into cos p into az cap plus j times sin p cos theta I into ax cap. Now as we already assumed the value of p equal to beta 1 z, now substitute here. So the total electric field E1 equal to minus 2 ei into e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into, this value is sin theta I into cos beta 1 z cos theta I into az cap plus j sin of beta 1 z cos theta I into ax cap, okay. Finally the total electric field equal to minus 2 ei into e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into, this value becomes sin theta I into cos of beta 1z cos theta I into direction is az cap plus j into sin of beta 1z into cos theta I into ax cap. So this is the complete mathematical equation for the total electric field in the medium 1. That's it. Next we have to bring the corresponding derivation for the magnetic field also in the next paper. Okay, so as we already have the equation for magnetic field, we have to discuss. So the total magnetic field H1 equal to, it is the sum of again incident magnetic field as well as the reflected magnetic field. So as we already have this equation, already have HR equation. Now substitute them. So H1 equal to, what is the value of HI? HI is EI by eta 1 into e to the power of minus j beta 1 into x sin theta I plus z cos theta I into direction is AY cap. Similarly, HR can be taken as minus ER by, since HR is like that, minus ER by eta 1 into e to the power of minus j beta 1x x sin theta r minus z cos theta r into direction is AY cap, right? So based upon these assumptions, we have to simplify like that. So here we have to apply the Snell's law again. What is the Snell's law? The angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection, as well as from the concept of the reflection coefficient, we obtain the reflected electric field equal to negative times that of the incident electric field. Okay, substitute these parameters in this equation. Then we have H1 equal to EI by eta 1 into, now expand this equation, e power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I, again e power of minus j beta 1 z cos theta I into ay cap. Similarly, minus, since er equal to minus ei, so minus minus becomes plus. So this value becomes ei by eta 1 into e to the power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I, because theta r is nothing but theta I. Okay, sin theta I into e to the power of j beta 1, what it should be, j beta 1 z into cos theta I into this value becomes ay cap. Okay, now take here this value as well as these values are said to be common. Let us take the common terms out of this above equation. Okay, total magnetic field equal to ei by eta 1 into e to the power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into this value becomes e to the power of minus j beta 1 z cos theta I into ay cap, right? And the next one is plus e to the power of j beta 1 z into cos theta I into, since I am taking ay common out of this, okay, so this is ay cap. Okay, so let again beta 1 z cos theta I equal to p. Then what happens is that the incident magnetic field equal to ei by eta 1 into e to the power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into e to the power of minus jp plus e to the power of jp into ay. Okay, so let us divide it by 2 on both sides, 2 multiplied by 2. Okay, so when you are divided by this entire equation by 2, then this entire equation can be taken as cos p. Okay, so as per the representation, this can be taken as cos p. If it is sin p, then this plus should be minus, and here in place of 2 it should be 2j, but here we have plus and 2, so it should be cos p. Now replace this entire term by cos p. So we have the incident magnetic field equal to ei by eta 1 into e to the power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into this value becomes cos p into, since it is 2, so we have to write 2 here. Okay, so this equation becomes ay cap. So substitute the value of p in this above equation. We have the incident magnetic field equal to 2 ei by eta 1 into cos, what it should be, beta 1 z cos theta I into e to the power of minus j beta 1x sin theta I into, direction is ay cap. So this is all about the corresponding mathematical representation for the magnetic field. Okay, so from this entire simplification we obtained the corresponding total electric field of the parallel polarization, and at the same time the total magnetic field of the magnetic field in the medium of the parallel polarization. That's it. Thank you. Next video. In the next video we have to discuss about the concept of oblique incidence on plane dielectric medium. Okay, since we have just discussed about the concept of plane conducting medium, in which one of the medium is conducting medium. So if you are taking about the dielectric medium, means both mediums are said to be the dielectric. So if both mediums are said to be the dielectric, means then what happens is that the electromagnetic wave can able to propagate into the medium 2, as well as it can able to reflect into the medium 1. Okay, so that should be explained in the next video. This is all for this lecture. See you in the next class. Thank you.